Hi. This is awesome. What's up, dudes? Sorry that was so loud. I'll come back and do a jazz set next time I come. Sorry. Texas has destroyed on this tour. It's our first time doing this here, and it's been the greatest. The fact that it's 4:45 on a Friday, and you guys are all here in a lobby, which is so rad. I was playing, and I'm playing in a lobby of a music store. Again, this stuff didn't exist when I was coming up, and all you kids that are students here, know how lucky you are to have a place like this that brings things like this here, and that you have such a rad community. So let's give it up to the School of Rock. I'm definitely sending my sons to the School of Rock when they're old enough, because this is rad. Maybe we should open one for our kids. Cool. Yeah. So this is literally the second to last show. We wrap tomorrow in San Antonio. It's been incredible. We've been out for 2 weeks. And it's just spreading the word of music, drums, and letting all these amazing young artists have the stage. That's why we're here. It's not about us. It's about you kids, to just give you the stage to do what you want, to let this many people see you, to having us have this footage, putting it on the internet. We've been doing morning news shows, and having kids, from that town come and play on the morning news with us, which is the coolest thing, just to be here you are, and a little, boost in your career to kind of start it off. So we're just out here doing that, giving back, and then the funnest part is me getting to play with the kids at the end of the show, which we have 3 drummers coming up tonight, which is super, super cool. That's the funnest part. But the main goal, too, of this is to literally just break the barrier and have this hang and interaction. Because when I'm coming through here with Sum 41, we're in and out. There's no chance to hang like this. So the goal of this was just to hang, all of us to just talk. All you kids, you have any questions about, not even music, just about life, about anything, we're here just to hang and have that interaction. And if you're shy to talk in front of a group here, we're going to be hanging back here after, so you can talk to me one-on-one. If you have any questions or advice about anything, literally kids ask me, we've had some young kids like this, and they just ask me about my tattoos and just cool, fun stuff, which is super cool. So that's what this is for. We're just going to literally open the floor. If anybody has any questions about anything, advice, anything about drumming or whatnot, and then Mike's going to come back up here, and we're going to give away a bunch of really cool stuff. We'll do a question, a little contest, and then we'll end this whole thing with an awesome jam with the students from here, which I've never been here before. I've been to, obviously, Austin a bunch, but first time here, and super, super cool city. And the weather's been really cold and miserable everywhere else, so this is nice to have summer again for a minute. I heard that it was snowing here literally a couple days ago, so we came at the right time. But thanks again for having us and taking care of us, doing cool stuff like this for the kids, because it is important. As great as it is what you guys are doing in there and playing, it is important, for artists to come in here and do stuff like this for you guys, to hopefully inspire and motivate you guys. Mike and I really didn't have stuff like this when we were coming up, so we wanted to change that, especially now that we're dads and we have kids, and we're thinking dad brains. It's this is important, and just thank your parents for supporting you guys, driving you here. I heard there's some kids that are coming from really, really far to go to school here. Your parents are rock stars. My parents drove me everywhere, lugging my drums around, helping me load in, set up, taking me to drum clinics in town. It's super important, and just know how cool and rad your parents are for, taking care of you. So thanks, parents. So, anybody have anything they want to talk about? We're just going to open the floor now and just make it more about that. And, any questions about stuff about even just my career, you guys can ask too. I don't want to make it about me. This is about the kids and you guys. So let's open the floor. Anybody? You know what? I've been doing this since I was as little as these guys, and I still always get pre-show nervous energy. But the second we walk on stage and I hit that first beat, it all goes away. The music just takes over. It's all just mental beforehand, and on stage, The only advice is someone, a guitar player. I was doing my first huge tour in Europe when I was in high school, and he gave me advice. He's like, don't get in your head. The second you get in your head, you're like, oh no, this part's coming up. I have this big fill. You're gonna mess it up because you're in your head. You just gotta own it and just say, I own this. I got this. I'm gonna kill it. And literally, to this day, I'll get in my head about something and I'll mess it up. And like, no one knows but you. But it's just about just letting the music take over, let it all go, leave it all out there, you know. Connect with your bandmates, connect with the audience, look people in the eye when you're performing. You know, that stuff is super important. And like, that is good because I'm proof showing you that I still get, you know, nervous energy before show. That means that we still have that passion and we still want to be here. It's not like, oh shoot, I got to go up there and play drums right now. Like, you know, I'm so lucky and grateful to be doing this because I didn't have a B plan. This is all I wanted to do, all I, you know, want to do. So I made sure to do whatever I had to do to get there. So yeah. Awesome shirt, by the way. I don't know, I did something with Josh like 2 years ago maybe now for the AP Awards. Look it up on YouTube. It's pretty rad. We did a drum battle. What? There's no competition in drumming. They build it that way, and I hate that because drums it's not sports. But we had some friendly back and forth riffing. But yeah, it was fun. We both won. Hey.
I have two questions. First, how much was your drum set? Because it looks really.
This is a custom drum set that we made for the tour to do the Vans checkerboard shoes that everyone's wearing, like literally in this store. Mike made this kit for me to use for the tour, so he loaned it to us for the tour. So I don't know, but this is a very custom high-end kit, probably a lot of money. But this drum set, by the way, this is their new tuxedo kit. That's insane. It sounds so good, and it's really, really affordable.
And where'd you get your jeans?
This is awesome. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'd rather answer those questions than like rudiments and stuff. My buddy Eli, he has a company called Ghost Circus, and he makes all my clothes and stuff. He's rad. What? Hit him up, yeah.
What type of symbol is that?
This? 20th anniversary, 21-inch rod with a volcano cup, Zildjian bell on top. I use that as a bell instead of the bell in the cymbal. It's really loud and obnoxious and probably brutal in a room like this, but I like it. Nice shirt. When I was coming up, my dad and mom were in a band together. My dad was a college radio DJ, so he gave me his record collection. So it was like the foundation of music: Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, James Brown. Like, I grew up on all that stuff. But just to be relatable, like now, you know, with the music that I listen to backstage before I play is, you know, all the stuff kind of like in the pre-show music that I play here is all the stuff I'm liking, from 21 Pilots to Phanogram to Portugal the Man, just cool vibey stuff is what I've been listening to now that's inspiring me. Street Drum Corps was on the Warped Tour. If anybody doesn't know, Street Drum Corps is this crazy drum group that I have. It's like a Blue Man Group stomp. And any drummers here should check it out. And you can audition to be in Street Drum Corps. So I encourage you to check that out because we hire drummers all over America. But I met them on the Warped Tour. And we just became really good friends. And Derek and I just kept bumping into each other. Street Drum Corps had a residency in Las Vegas. And Derek was our guest opening night. He played guitar. And Steve-O literally, like, the next day went on Facebook and quit the band, and I just said, dude, we just played together, like, it felt amazing, like, I'd love the chance to jam, and he's like, I'm having a party this weekend, come over, and I went over there, and we just jammed a bunch of, like, Tom Petty songs and cover songs, and he kept inviting me back, and then the whole band flew out, and we spent, like, 2 weeks together of just hanging, rehearsing. They made me learn, like, literally every song from every record, and then they said, you want to be in the band? And I was like, yeah, great. And they go, okay, your first show is going to be at the Alternative Press Music Awards. It's sold out. It's in an arena. It's live streaming. And DMC from Run DMC is going to get up and guest with us. And I was just like, this is insane for my first show. And that's where Mike actually saw me play, and he reached out shortly after. And I've been using their drums pretty much ever since. The town that you're from or the city that you're from, build it there. Build it and become the biggest thing in that place. Because the word's going to get out and everybody else is going to hear about it from the industry, from surrounding cities, bands. Make noise where you're from. And, hustle, promote those shows, get those shows packed, and just put on a really great, show that people are going to leave there going, not only did they have amazing songs, but the drummer was doing this or the singer was doing this, make them leave there taking something away in addition to just great songs. I mean, if you're just an acoustic, folky singer-songwriter, it's all about the songs and not the performance. But if you're in a rock band or, alternative band or whatever, you want people to leave there just talking about it and telling all their friends. And their friends tell their friends. And, there's so many bands that just want to go out on tour. And it's like, you're going to play a bar to 5 people, or you're going to be one of 4 bands opening up from a band where not many people are there, and you're just out spinning your gears and whatnot. Like, build it where you're from, and the rest will really follow. I like talky bunch here. You guys are not shy. It's awesome. Hey.
How did you start playing drums?
So like I was saying earlier, my parents were in a band together, and my dad had his drums set up in the house that I was born in. And when I was like 2 or 3, I just walked away from the dinner table, and the next thing my parents heard was me playing, and been playing since. Yeah, I still have those drums, by the way. Yeah, they're dope 76 Ludwigs. I just used them on the new Sum 41 record, too. It's pretty special.
What's your favorite and least favorite song to play with Sum 41?
Love them all. There's none I don't. I mean, some are like hard that I'm just like, oh, I got to work on this one. But I like them all.
Favorite band you ever toured with?
Probably Linkin Park. With Street Drum Corps, we got to open the show. Like, we were on the main stage doing our set. Then we were their intro, middle of their show, and their outro. And in the middle of the show, they would leave the stage and let us do one of our songs. And it was just insane to play to that many people and have Chester, saying Street Drum Corps on the mic every night. And then as far as a tour for me just drumming, it's, I had the opportunity to be in Motley Crue for 2 weeks when Tommy hurt himself. And that was just like, that was the band that at 5 years old made me want to do this for forever. So to be in the band that inspired me was like the craziest thing ever. So yeah, that was pretty wild. Yep.
How often do you practice?
I practice before every show. I do like a 45 to an hour warm up backstage, and I work on whatever I need to work on, whatever songs we're learning or new music or whatnot. And then when I'm at home before a tour, before an album, I'll do pre-production at home by myself, and especially like working on new drum solos for a tour, I'll kind of just like map them out at home and then really figure it out. Like that first thing I'm playing here, I'm still figuring it out every night. I'm about to go on tour with this DJ, his name's Keizo, and we wrote that drum solo for the show. So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to work it out and kind of figure out what I'm going to be playing. So, that's kind of me practicing every night. Um, 2 or 3. How old are you? And you play drums? Awesome. Anybody else? Sure.
Play anything other than drums?
Piano. That's percussive. It's with the rhythms, just how to learn the notes and scales, but it's percussion, so the rhythms and stuff are pretty easy just because it is a percussive instrument. My whole family is like crazy singers, opera singers and all that, and I cannot sing. I just do the rapping and screaming in Sum 41, but I can't sing. And it's a lot being a singer. It's fun to just play drums. All right, one more, and then we can, anything else you guys have, we can do back there. I know you got one, buddy. It's awesome. It's so fun because every day you're in a new place, and you have to kind of make that home. You're seeing new sights. Everything's just different. The crowd is different. it's the best, and it's it's something I always wanted to do. So I love doing it always. I've been off this past September to this tour, which is the longest I've been off in a while. But I had a kid at that time, so it was really cool to be home for all that and be there for those important months. But I love it. It's the best. I mean, just getting to wake up and do this every day. Like, there's no bad day on tour. I mean, of course, I miss my wife and my kids, but we have FaceTime, so that's makes it better.
How did you make the drums?
How do you make the drums? So this is really cool because I would always, and I've been doing this a long time, I would always just be like, hey, Mike, I want the drums to look like this. And he would say, great. And they just show up a couple months later, and there they are. Yes. But my new drums, I actually flew to their factory, and I wanted to learn and actually put my hands on those drums and understand what goes into them. And basically, they just have these giant shells. Mike's probably like, no, that's not really how it goes, because he knows the specifics. But there's giant shells, and then you get to cut them on a machine to the sizes that you want for each drum. Then if you're going to put reinforcement ring hoops inside, if you want those, you have to glue them in, and they're really hard to get in. Then you have to paint them or wrap them, whatever you're going to do, then install all the hardware. And literally, it took about a year. We shipped these drums. I went to Boston, hand-picked them, did the rings, picked out the shells. We shipped them to LA. Mike and I sat with this artist in his art studio while he painted every single drum a different color, a different art piece, which tomorrow, go to the SJC social media, you'll see my new kit. And then they got shipped back, and they sent them to my dressing room. I was on tour with tools and no instructions, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. And just a camera guy who was just filming, and I, literally screwed in all the lugs and everything. And it was pretty cool to understand everything that goes into it. Now when I play these drums, I'm gonna be like, awesome, I had a hand in making them. So you wanna come up? Let's. So now, sorry.
What does it look like inside a tour bus?
In a tour bus, what does it look like? I mean, there's basically the general layout. There's a front lounge with a kitchen area, a bathroom. Then there's a bunk area where there's bunk beds that everyone sleeps in, and there's a back lounge. And then certain buses, when you park, they could slide out, so it becomes bigger. If it's a solo artist, the back is a bedroom instead of a lounge. I love tour buses. I sleep so good on a bus. Just the motion, and then the white noise of the engine just puts me right out. It's awesome. No.
Who's your favorite member of Sum 41?
Me.
Everyone besides you.
They're my brothers. I love all those guys. But I'm closest with Derek because I've known him the longest, and he literally lives down the street from me, and we go to shows and hang out together so much. And with the recording, him and I are in the studio the most together. So I'm the closest with him, but I love them all. They're my brothers. We don't fight. It's all chill. Sorry, who else had?
I think that was it. You didn't have one? You sure?
All right, so now we're going to see how well everybody's paying attention because we're going to give away cool stuff, so do a little contest.
Okay, you guys asked some really good questions. So, yeah, there's a lot. How many bags do we have, Justin? 5. Okay, cool. All right. Let me think.
The rules are,
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that.
we ask the question, keep your hands down. This is like Simon says. Keep your hands down. We're going to ask a question, then we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Raise your hand. This way we can be fair and pick the first person that raises their hand up. Remember that?
Everyone got it?
Remember?
Okay.
So we don't raise our hands until we say 3, 2, 1, go.
How did Frank meet the dudes in Sum 41? Oh, man, already? Every night.
Just failed.
All right, I'm going to ask the next question. How did Frank learn how to start playing the drums?
3, 2, 1, then you raise your hand.
Put your hand out, please. How did Frank meet the dudes in Sum 41? 3, 2, 1.
He walked away from the dinner table and started playing.
That's the answer to the other question. We'll give it to you. That was nice.
But she had her hand up first right here.
Right in the white? Yeah. Okay, cool. You can have a bag too. Okay, cool. She can have a bag too. Who's Frank's favorite band that he's toured with? Hands down. 3, 2, 1.
Linkin Park.
Nice. What? Ah, man.
Let's do a hard one now. What? See this right here, SJC? What does that mean? What does each one of those initials spell out? 3, 2, 1, go. Do you know?
I know it's like the member, the co-founder's name. Something like that.
It's my brother's initials.
There you go.
What's his first name?
Can't remember.
No? Someone go on Google. Sam, all the S's. All right, we'll go to the next one then. No one knows.
Okay, one more drum question then about the drums, since you guys are asking about the drums. Where are these drums made? Where in the world? What city? Where? 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Boston.
All right, what's the final one?
All right, ready? Hands down. What's Frank's favorite Sum 41 song or songs to play? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nice. Woo. Nice job, everybody. All right, well, Frank's going to get up here and play with the 2 house band drummers, which is going to be great. And then he's going to do a meet and greet over there. Any other questions you guys have, he'll be hanging talking. But we do have to get him out of here at 6:30. So we got like an hour. Cool? You guys good? Dope.